evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the Cali Effect. I have been getting a ton of messages over the exact same question. Cali Effect, will ABCs be good? Well, I can't give you a direct opinion on it because it's all player preference. I'm not going to say that a deck's going to be good even though it's trash, and vice versa. I'm not going to say a deck's trash even though it's good. But what I can do is giving you the strengths and weaknesses of the deck, as well as how to beat it. Let's get right into it. A lot of people that didn't know that the ABC structure that came out today, by the way, you can always go to your local shop to purchase them. Don't go to Walmart. Go to your local shop. Support your local shop. You guys are probably asking, Cali Effect, what is ABC? Is that like XYZ? Does it come with VWXYZ? And will there be a 1, 2, 3? Well, you can find out all of those questions on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. In all seriousness, ABC are a group of light machine monsters that all revolve around one thing: Union. Union monsters are something that are long forgotten in the past. They revolve around equipping monsters to other monsters to gain specific effects. Now, A, B, and C actually do have a specific effect that you can gain, whether people do or don't read them. Being able to be unaffected by monster spells and traps is amazing. But most importantly, if they're in your hand, field, or graveyard, if you have A, B, and C respectively, you can banish them to special summon ABC Buster Dragon Super Broken Fusion Monster. And what it does is during either player's turn, you can discard one card from your hand to banish one card on the field. Also, during your opponent's turn, you can tribute it to special summon 3 of the ABC monsters respectively from your banished zone to the side of the field. Now, I know that's a lot of information, but I'm going to hit you guys with more. What really makes this deck come together is the field spell, because you guys know how busted field spells are. What Union Hanger does is when it's activated, you get to add a Light Machine Union monster from your deck to your hand. Furthermore, if a Light Machine Union monsters is normal summon or special summon, you get to equip a Light Machine Union monster from your deck to that monster, as long as it isn't the same name. Now, this card gets the deck going, as it allows you to essentially search through all of your ABC monsters and fuel them to the field, and then eventually lead them to the graveyard to make the ABC Dragon Buster Broken card of all time. This deck has a myriad of strengths, and oh man, you could just look at the cards and just tell. Them being machine monsters, making them accessible to Geargagon X, them being abusable with the Karakiri monsters, and then almost any other machine strategies you can think of, makes the deck too good. But couple that with the fact that they're light monsters, that means if you wanted to play cards like Honest and such, you could inside of the deck, but also it gains the light support. Being able to make cards like Bushintai Tsukiyomi to send the ABC monsters, the dead ones, from your hands to the graveyard, draw 2 cards, and still be able to send them to your ABC Buster Dragon. The deck is very rank 4 focused, and that just so happens to be the best rank in the game, having access to cards like Castell and Utopia Lightning. This deck is also good at making huge first turn boards, whether it's Infinity coupled by a lot of annoying back row, or it's just an ABC Buster Dragon, which just so has so many great effects on its own. The deck is also good at searching out all of the ABC monsters that you need. Just between the Union Hanger and all of your other cards that you're using, the deck can go through your Union monsters fairly quick. But I think the best thing that this deck has going for it is the Fusion monster itself. Being able to dodge certain cards and then just being able to reuse a whole nother summon again by summoning your ABC monsters from your banished zone back to your side of the field just brings a whole nother level of play to this deck.
Hey guys, if you guys would like to buy the cheapest Yu-Gi-Oh cards from your favorite Yu-Gi-Tuber, all you have to do is click on the link in the description. That will take you to Google Docs where everything is listed below. Thanks for watching.
Just like every deck that has huge advantages, this deck has some pretty bad disadvantages too. I want to talk about going first, because if you're playing anywhere between 1 and more than 1 trap card that's not a monster, that doesn't have any other stipulations of being in the graveyard, then you probably want to go first. And seeing that a lot of decks can make just huge boards, your trap cards become almost useless going second. That's one problem that this deck seems to have. Another thing is Union Hanger. While Union Hanger is arguably the best card of the deck, not having Union Hanger means that you're not even playing the deck. Granted, you do have cards like Pot of Desires, Terraforming, and then Union Hanger, which should definitely, brighten the odds of you getting Union Hanger to your hand, but that's not always possible. And in those games, you're probably gonna lose just because not having Union Hanger. Another thing about Union Hanger is that if it's activated and destroyed via Twin Twisters or something, you can't activate another Union Hanger. So that just might set you back a turn, which is enough for the opponent to make a board for you to destroy. Another huge problem with the deck is just drawing nothing but ABC monsters. Because while the ABC monsters are the heart and core of the deck, not being able to Exceed summon and then make an ABC monster and then equip something to it and then gain effects off those ABC monsters could be hindering to the deck. Overall, the deck has a lot of great strengths, but sometimes you're put in sticky situations. I think another disadvantage of the deck is sideboard. Now, I'm going to say a card that should probably strike fear in every ABC player. Kaiju? I don't even have to say the rest, do I? I mean, because there's more than just Kaiju Gameciel. There's Radion and the other one that nobody plays and the other few that nobody plays, but they're still Kaijus. And your ABC Buster Dragon gets tributed by one of them, leaving you empty-handed and empty-fielded. Then there's Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, the card that banishes your ABC Buster Dragon card from the extra deck, all three of them on the first turn. That can get pretty nasty. There's also cards like Ally of Justice Quarantine and Cycle Reader, completely preventing you from playing light monsters, so you really have to be a lookout on the side deck against this deck. Overall, I think it's a great deck, but it has a lot of disadvantages. Now we can talk about how to beat the deck if you are playing against it. And a lot of it can come to its disadvantages. Ruining the deck with cards like Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, also with Ally of Justice Quarantine and Cycle Reader, will definitely put a damper to the strategy. You could almost win because of Ghost Reapers and Winter Cherries now. Congratulations. You spent upwards to $30 on a card that might work this format now. Good job. Another thing is that the deck needs to keep its own tempo. Ruining one or two plays of the deck's tempo probably will win you the game. So, like I said, a Kaiju Gameciel at the right time will just outright win you the game. And then being able to avoid the negation cards, well, your opponent really doesn't have anything to do outside of that. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this series. Give this video a like if you would like to see more. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.